All right, look at those beautiful greens. We had some rain, so this is what I'm cooking because I know since it's just January, I can get a few more harvest out of this. If I don't pick it though, oh, look at that. Ah, look at that pop. These are tender. I talk about these greens all the time. See, some of them, like this one, has been on the plant too long. You gotta, with your greens, you gotta pick them often. So that's what I'm doing today. You pick them and you eat them. And see, this plant, as you eat them, it's gonna branch out and become like a tree of greens for the whole season. Oh, that's great. And you wanna, when you pick them, it's a technique. You go to the very end there, pop that bad boy off. And you want to encourage all your trees to grow because each of those mean that you'll get more food before the plant gives out. Because as soon as it gets hot, this plant's gonna give up, you know, mustard greens and all that. They don't deal with it when there's no rain and it's hot. That's not for them. Like today it's hot and the plant's kind of wilting. It's been like 60 degrees and that's how I got all this lush growth. It was like 50s at night. Some nights it was 40 degrees, which is perfect spring weather. And so I got a bunch of mustard greens here. And it's all coming off this plant here. This is a Asian mustard. Asian greens are much more productive in my area. Oh yeah, that there is a meal, but I'm gonna pick the whole plant and cook it all up because these, look how tender those leaves are. Look at that. Ah, fabulous. There's my large vat of mustard greens, radish greens, Asian mustard greens, whatever you want to call it. It has a bunch of names, but I gotta clean them up because with all that rain, I'm sure to run into quite a few critters on them. And this plant has been around so long, I've eaten 2 or 3 meals off the plant already, and some of the leaves are starting to get thorns. So I've never had it get old enough to get thorns before, but I guess after the second picking, the plant said, oh no, I'm gonna stop all this. But you didn't. I'm gonna eat what I can. I thought I would show you the radish root on this. That is huge. And that's why it will grow to a tree. Can you? I don't even know. Let me make sure. I want you to be able to see. Yeah. You see that radish root? Huge. When they get that big, you don't eat them. But they provide a lot of energy. That's what I have to have. All of that means this is drought tolerant. You know, it stores up its water and everything in this root. And as long as this root doesn't shrivel up, it will continue to produce food. I get a lot of food from this plant. And the seed from this are called rat tail radish. So good. I think this is Italian cauliflower. Everybody says their cauliflower gets so big, but I have a rabbit in my garden, a wild rabbit named Peter. I've got some old videos out there when I first started noticing Peter. I've seen Peter in the garden, but since he's wild, he doesn't just stay and hang out for me to catch him on camera. He's not like the squirrels, he's shy. But in any event, this is going to flower. You can eat the flowers, but I don't want to have it go to flower just yet, so I'm gonna eat these broccoli sprouts. So I'm just gonna cut them off. This plant is permanent in my garden, so whether it goes to seed or not, it produces food from its roots in my area. It doesn't die off. So I'll continue cutting these and I'll have that. So there you can see the bites from whatever is eating them, but I know that Peter's getting the bulk of it because he loves the young tender leaves. He doesn't eat any tough leaves. He's a picky eater. He likes young tender leaves. So, but I got food. and Peter's got food. The only area where I wish he'd have shown a little restraint, he dug up all my potatoes. Potatoes are his favorite food. He dug up all my potatoes and ate my potato seeds, so I got very few potato plants. They were his favorite. Go figure. So, my potato harvest, if I would dig up some potatoes, he was right there the next day looking for the rest of them. But I got this lovely harvest of healthy food. I was waiting to see how big it would get, and it got a little size on it. I got a little food. I'm gonna stir fry this. It'll be yummy. And there's my winter harvest, and that will be lunch. Yum. So I am simmering my garden fresh spices. I've got thyme. I've got bay leaf and henna. This is a piece of corned beef I got in August of last year, and that will season today's mustard greens too. You can see the spices have turned the water green. The corned beef has turned red, and you know, the proteins in it have solidified from the heat. So I'm going to take this out. That is thyme from the garden. Thyme becomes a little bush in my area. I put in 3 pieces of garlic, and we're going to add in our seasonings. I'm going to use a 1/4 teaspoon of this. You could use a fresh bell pepper and all that, but I have this, so I'm going to use it. Perk up the seasonings a little. Oh yeah. A tablespoon of molasses. Here we go. You know the saying, slow as molasses. There we go. Bam. We're good. Because these are mustard greens, so they're kind of peppery. Temper it with a little bit of molasses. Washed and chopped my greens, so now I'm going to put them in the pot. I did about 3 or 4 washes. They do look a little cleaner now. Okay, so now we're just going to poke these down into that little bit of water at the bottom that we have in there. And we're going to use pressure cooking today to cook them faster. Spices coming up from the red pepper. This right here is real garden cooking. We have to check it several times, make sure. Because I picked these in the garden. I'm the one who cleaned them. I'm the one that picked them. Before I put the pressure on. Okay. You see how these mustard greens are, even from this amount of heat, they're shrinking down. Should be a nice little mustard green stew. So we've got the pressure cooker on there, but you have to, you know, seal the deal. See how it clicked in there? And now we gotta wait for this bad boy to rise up here. There'll be a little pop top, and that'll let me know to reduce the heat, you know, because it's on pressure. I'm not the best at this, guys, but this is a brand new pressure cooker. It's a brand new year, and I'll just take you along on my journey to healthy food in 2019. You see how that little top there, this right here has popped up? Yeah. That means we're under pressure. So I'm going to turn the fire down. Okay, see how it's down a little bit. Hopefully we have enough liquid in there. I guess a half hour or so should be fine to cook these mustard greens. Oh, look at that. It's bubbling over. We'll see. If you see this video, it means I was successful. If you never ever see this video, let that be a lesson that there's always next time. Oh, the pressure dropped. So I guess it wasn't quite ready yet. Maybe I need to, maybe here I'm releasing the pressure. Maybe I need to close that. And let me turn the heat up again. Okay, so no pressure's escaping from that side now. Okay, the little guy popped back up. And he seems to be all right. So now we're under pressure. Before we were under pressure, but we were also releasing the pressure at the same time. Not what I wanted to do.